19 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock, and I'm particularly pleased to be doing this show today because it is World Literacy Day, and people who know me know that I am an avid reading fan. I always have a book in my car, and now that I've discovered the Kindle, it is everywhere in my handbag. Every handbag I pick up has to be big enough to hold my Kindle. That's how committed I am. And with me I have a lovely lady, Janice Cave. She is from the Cloister Bookstore, and she is here this morning to tell us about what's happening for World Literacy Day, and also for us to look at the changing state way that her business is being reinvented, seeing as how people are now finding new and more interesting ways to get their reading material other than from good old-fashioned book. Good morning, Janice.
Morning. How are you?
I am good. How are you? Let's talk about World Literacy Day. Katrina mentioned something that I really quite like, which is functioning literacy. It's not enough that you can pick up a paper and read it, but you have to be able to function in terms of understanding the words you read, putting them in some kind of context. Where are we with that?
That's a very difficult thing to answer because everybody is so different. I think it has a lot to do with the education, and I think it has to start at home. I think that the parents have to push the children, and in a wonderful way, making it a joy to read and learning how to read, not just your ABCs, but books. As my mother's slogan was, if you don't read, you won't succeed, and that is so very true. And
let me ask you this.
Yes.
People talk about how young people today don't read, but we remember the advent of the Harry Potter series, and suddenly all these young people were queuing up outside bookstores wanting to get their hands on a copy of Harry Potter. Is that what needs to happen, that we need to make reading attractive and fun and interesting for young people to pick back up a book? I
think that it is. I think that the Wimpy Kids has taken, I mean, it's taken, and the kids are just reading it from all ages, which really surprises me, from 6 or 7, those that are avid readers.
Because at heart we're all a Wimpy Kid.
Yes, we are. Absolutely, absolutely.
A wimpy kid.
Yeah.
Janice, the Cloister Bookstore is an institution.
Yes, we're over 50 years. Over 50 years
of being tried and true, staying the course through times where people have opened and closed and opened again. You've kept your doors open.
Yeah.
Walk me through the process of staying ahead of the pack in an industry that lends itself to stagnation if you stay with the physical copy.
Right. Yeah,
the book industry is not exactly galloping forward unless you're talking about electronics, and if you're not, how are you keeping current? How are you keeping on the cusp?
Yeah, well, you know, the Kindle is very, it's because we're a multi-store. We don't just do textbooks and general books, but we also do wholesale, and that has hurt a lot because of the Kindle, because when tourists come to Barbados, they're not interested in buying books, whereas before they were extremely interested. So we're totally aware of that. So we're trying to diversify in other areas, like in stationery and whatever else would help people.
Magazines, that kind of thing.
Magazines and things like that. I find that today, though, because I remember as a child when I used to go into the store, there weren't a lot of people that came in. Now, because especially at Sheraton, because it's a family-oriented place, the parents come in with the children, and the children are keen, very, very, very keen on reading, and I think that that is wonderful. And that really, I think, is great.
What has the back-to-school traffic has been like? Because I remember when I was growing up, the Cloister was my grandmother's go-to store for back-to-school for books. So she came in with her book list.
That's right. And they still come in there with we don't have the police barricades that we used to have. And lines, because they were so, but in those days then, you know, you had to pay for your secondary school books, whereas now it's only the primary school books. And we're busy like the week before you go back to school, and the week after, and the week before school is out, and the week that school is out. Those are our busy times, and it is chaos. If they would come in between, it would be fine. Then you wouldn't be in such a huff and a puff. So,
your thoughts on the works of local authors and how they too can make their work more relevant
and accessible.
Accessible is there, relevant. The problem with it is when you do it locally, it becomes, you're competing with a international,
those kind of books,
and it's not only that, it becomes more expensive. It's the price. I would say that. I would say that if the price were lowered, a lot more people would read it, because we do have signings, and when I hear what they do in the States and then when I hear what they do here, it's like it's chalk and cheese, which is sad, because I mean, people, you know, spill their guts to write. Well, I shouldn't use that terminology, but you know, they're passionate. Yeah, absolutely. So,
in our final few minutes, Janice, you're talking to two bookworms.
Great.
But for anyone who does not necessarily think of a book or any periodical or magazine as their first choice, give me a reason to be excited to go to Cloister Bookstore.
We have a great selection of books. That's what people tell us. We have Tintin and Asterix and of course the Wimpy Kids, and a lot of children, a lot of children's books also. And we have Sylvan also, which is an extremely good
reading tool.
It is, and it teaches the children how to organize, to not to read so much, although it does help there. It's organized in taking tests and things like that. I had a parent that called and said she was so pleased she had bought it. Her child had gone from a B, not a B, a C to I think it was a B plus, and she was elated. And yeah, so
a great place for kids to converge,
yes,
for adults to peruse.
Yes, absolutely.
For stationery buffs to get their stationery.
Stationery addicts like my cousin Peter Aline.
Yeah. We have a lot of regular customers, and they come in.
Maybe we need to become a pair of villagers. Yeah. You never know. Never know. Janice, we're out of time, but it's been great to talk to you.
Wonderful talking to you.
Congratulations on keeping your doors open and staying relevant for 50 years.
Thank you.
And happy World Literacy Day.
Thank you. Okay.
We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, much more here on Morning Barbados. Stay with us.
Morning Barbados, good morning.